Hello and welcome. This is Ruth, and today I'm back with some of Spellbinder's clubs for the month of February 25. And if you haven't already seen, I have a video showing you through all of the clubs that I've got and then how to use some of them to make this card. So I'll link that down below just in case you're interested. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. But this time I'm concentrating firstly on the large die of the month, and this one's called Dancing Hoppy Bunnies Everywhere. So we've got this lovely little bunny here, which you can cut out in any colour you want. These are the little legs, and you can see here there's a little bit cut out. So that means when you put them on there and pivot them, the little legs dance back and forwards. So it's really, really cute. I've got these early, obviously, so mine aren't in the actual packaging that you're going to get yours in. So I've put them on a little magnetic sheet. So there's lots more on the back as well here. Most of the bunny parts are here. So we've got the little bunny. And then these are the little cheek parts that go on here to give the nice rosy cheeks. These are the parts that go in the ears. And these then are the little arms, the legs, as I said, and then little clothes. And when we turn it over, you'll see lots of other bits and pieces here. So these little circles can go on behind the eyes. And then there's a little chick. Wait till you see this. This is so cute. The chick's little feet. That's really, really lovely. I'll not even go into all the detail of all the rest of them because you'll see them as I use them, but we've got gorgeous bows and flowers and all sorts of gorgeous things there. And of course, a cute little dress and a collar, and then a little t-shirt and little dungarees and little shorts. So first of all, I've cut out my bunny in white, and then I have also cut out those ear pieces, and I'm just going to check where I have them because I've gone ahead and I've die cut lots and lots of bits and pieces here. But those are the inner ear parts there, and I've cut those out in pink. So I'll go ahead and glue those on first. This is what I love about Spellbinder's dies. You can see right there, there's little debossed lines. See just there? And even on those little cheek parts, here, and on the tummy part as well if you want. And you've got all the areas marked exactly where these pieces go. And that then will go on right there. That's the little earpieces glued on there. And then I have taken the little die, it's just right here, and it has all these little pieces on it here. And these then are the little eyes. So I'm thinking the ones with the little eyelashes could be the little girl bunny. And we'll put them on there and there. And there's the little nose. These are the little chink peaks, as I sometimes call them, pink cheeks, and they go right on there. Again, those debossing lines just show you, just the little faint lines there, show you exactly where those go, so you wouldn't have any problem guessing. And there you are. That's that bit ready. Now, the little arms can go on next, but I've gone ahead with this die first of all, just so that I make sure I've got the little arms in exactly the right place. I've cut out this little dress in pink, and I've cut out the little collar in white. I've glued both of those together, and now I'm going to glue those right onto the little bunny here, like that. That way I'm not going to make any mistakes, and I'll know the arms are in exactly the right place. So I'm going to put that right in there now and just set this aside for just a moment or two so that the glue dries. Oh well, I can go ahead actually and add the little bow into the hair as well because I have that die cut, and I may as well add it at this part because I'm actually not going to go ahead right now and finish this little bunny because I want to go ahead with the card first and then come back and add the little swingy legs on after that. So I've cut out, let me see where these are. I've cut out this little die here to match the dress, of course, and you can either put this on so that the part of it goes round here and then put this over the top, or you could even just cut this part off. Let me see what I think I'll do. I'm going to cut that part off, just like that, and put this on in here. And then I'll possibly even just bring that up a little bit and put glue on the back and pop it right onto the bunny's head, right just below that ear. Now I'm going to lay that little bunny aside before I add these on, because I want to go ahead and sort the card part out first and come back to that, because I want to attach this part to the card first. So I thought I would make a lovely bridge fold card this time, and I've taken this, and it's actually, I'm going to measure it here just in centimetres, but that is 25 3/4 centimetres wide. Now it was actually, I'll tell you why it's that strange size, is because it was actually the full size of an A4 sheet of card, which I then trimmed down to 5 inches this way. So it's definitely 5 inches this way, but then I decided that I'd cut 2 centimetres off each side, so another 4 centimetres off that altogether. Really all you need to do is measure in the exact same amounts on both sides, and you can create the depth of this whatever size you want just by making sure these both are the same. So I came in 3 centimetres on this side, 5 here, and then 3 and 5 here. So long as these are both the same and these are both the same, you're going to have a bridge fold card, and you can make that whatever size you want. Now, if you remember back to when I made this card, I actually stenciled out 2 panels at the same time, and I have the other one right here. And I trimmed that down so that it fits on directly into the center there. So I just had to trim it a little bit, and I think it looks lovely and fresh, and it's just the kind of look. Now, normally whenever I'm making a kind of cute card, I'll have the background to match, and I'm not too sure that these are all exactly the same kind of, one's cute, one's stylized, and then I'm going to go ahead and add these on too. So these are borders, and they're not from anything the same style, but I think they all work well together. So these are actually borders from the Vivid Expressions Berryfields border, and I've cut out this die here in white, and I'm going to put it on, and I'm not actually too sure. I'll check now. That way. Yeah, that's nice. I actually could have put the scallop around there too, but I think we'll just go for it the way it is. I'll glue that on, and then I really just want to have it straight up at the top there, and it doesn't matter about the bottom, because you'll see in a moment or two I'm going to trim that off anyway. So I'll glue this on and trim this off. Now, because I've cut this 5 inches this way, whenever you fold it down, it will fold flat for postage, and it's going to fit inside a 5x7 envelope. So if you have a look, this is my 5x7 card here that I made earlier, and this one, whenever it's flat, is the same size. So that's why I trimmed it off the way I did. Now, I've got all of this ready, and I didn't want to show you these earlier, but I actually have used them for some other things, but they're on the website now, and they're coming soon. They're the landscape edges from the On the Farm collection from Spellbinders. They are so fabulous. I have cut bits and pieces out, and if you saw me making a sky with a lovely little cloud die before, I was dying to use this one, but I didn't feel it was just, I thought it was just a bit too early. But anyway, I'm going to be using those in future. There's lovely grass parts, and there's this beautiful scallop, this one here, sort of undulating hills, is that what you would call it? And I have cut that out with some beautiful green that matches in with the ink that I have here. Whoops, there's a little bit has fallen off. And I have made that just the right size. Now, you could trim it to whatever size you want. If you're making this card and you want to make this just to suit a size that you have in mind, you can trim this to whatever size you want. But this is just short of 2 inches high here. I've laid the die on some of the green card, and how you'll find out the size that you need for whatever card you're making is fold one piece over like this, lay the other one flat, and if it comes from this edge to this edge, you're good to go. So you can see that mine is slightly shorter. It just comes out to the edge here. You could bring it right out from this edge to this edge, Mine is just going to fit in there because I always like just a little bit of white showing, and I know that that's going to lay flat now. But when you stand the card up, you can still see lots of that beautiful floral dimension in behind. But I could, if I wanted, I could even make that a little bit narrower by trimming some of this off. Let me know what you think if you feel that that should have been narrower, but I kind of like it just the way it is because I'm going to put some little flowers on that as well. But we've now got the bones of our bridge card once I glue this together. Now it's time to add the little bunny on. So I don't want to obscure all of this beautiful floral image here, and I do want to add some other things on here. So the little bunny is going to go on at the side here. I need enough on the side here to attach it to keep it secure, and I also need enough here to add this little part on. So that will go roughly there, and that's giving it plenty of room. And you would put a little 3D foam pad in there, except that I didn't have any. So I improvised. I'm just going to show you. I wasn't going to show you how I did this, but I actually just took a piece of card, popped it right inside. I keep this big punch for everything. I punched it right inside there, popped out 4 of those little circles, just the circle, that's all I needed, and glued them together in a little stack. And that was exactly the same depth as the little 3D foam pads that I had. Exactly the same depth. So now I can go ahead and pop that, flatten it just to be sure at the moment, right in there, and put this piece over the top. You don't want any glue on this. And I want to add the little bunny right on top of those legs, and I've got some 3D foam pads on here, and they're right out to the side so that they do attach to this. And there's none down at the bottom because you don't want them to get in the road of those little swinging legs. And this is going to be so cute. What do you see? So we're going to add some glue onto that. Keep that in the right place there. And pop this down. Hold that in place, and then you'll be able to just see exactly where you need that little bunny. Now there's lots of dies on here that you could use with this because there's gorgeous Easter eggs, the big one there, and then this decorative part. So you can have a plain egg, or you can have, as I've used these 2 together, and that has given me this. Then there's a lovely little tin which you could use as a tin of paint, and a paintbrush, all of these different things that you could use. Whoops, there we are. And then some drips of paint and whatnot that you can put on top of the eggs, all of that. But at this stage, I'm going to use these little cute little chicks. Will you see these? Just wait till you see these. So there's the little chick. So if you cut out this little die, I think I showed you that earlier. Yeah, there's the chick. And there's the little legs. So if you cut out that, and then cut out this one in orange, or else you can cut it in whatever colour you like, and well, in white probably, and then colour it in orange. Just put glue on that little bit there, not too much. And when you pop that up in behind there, the legs will be in the right place, and that will be the little beak as well. How cute is that? There's the little chick. There he is. So I have 3 of those. I'm going to just glue the other one together. Then I'll show you here that this is the little leaf and stem, and then we've got the little flower that you can attach onto this. That goes on there. Then there are little circles for the flower centres as well. And then we've got little carrots. So I'm just going to show you how these are made up, and then I'm going to go ahead and decorate the rest of this. So that's the little carrot, and then I've just attached the little carrot top onto that one. And now I'm going to add all of these on here and just have fun putting it together. I don't know if you're like me or not, but I sometimes get to this stage. I don't always have the full picture of the card that I'm making completely in my head before I finish it. I do know I want a sentiment in there, and I do know that I want Sending Spring Smiles, and this is actually from the Clear Stamp and Die set of the month as well. There's some really, really beautiful ones there. I know I want that, and originally I was going to put it up here, popped up, maybe just die cut out as well, and then I thought, well, maybe it would be nice in here, so I'm going to go ahead, leave that aside. I'm going to stamp this out first, cut it out, and then we'll decide where it goes. I'm going to stamp it out first, and then I'm going to die cut it, or else maybe hand cut it, and then I'll go ahead and just decide where it goes before I go any further. So I stamped it and I die cut it with the little die from the same die set here. And now I can see that definitely it looks out of place down here. You might disagree, but the little legs are going to hit it anyway, but I actually think it looks really, really good up there. So I don't want to put it on 3D foam pads like I normally would do for something like that, because the little card, I want it to stay as flat as possible up at the top so that it folds over nicely for postage. So I'm just going to pop that right up there like that. Now I can go ahead and decorate the bottom part of this with all my little carrots and the little chicks and all sorts of things. Well, there it is, all finished. And there is rather a lot going on in that card, but that's why I like that one, and I hope you like it too. You can let me know if you think all of these elements go together. And normally, as I said, I wouldn't put this stencil with this and all of these together, and even this is a totally different category of die, I would say, but I do think they work well together there, and I like the outcome of it too. Now I'm going to make a kind of simpler card just with this little bunny here, and I'm going to dress him up as a little boy, and you can see I've already gone ahead with the ear pieces in here, and then I've got the little dungarees. The t-shirt's already glued on and the dungarees are going on here. Now this time you can see what would happen if I put this element on so that the little legs swung. They would just come right out of the little shorts at the sides, and that would not be a good look. So I'm going to make sure that's in the right place and glue it all in behind there, and this one will not have little swinging legs like the little girl, but will be equally cute. There's little bunny ready, and I'm going to go ahead and make the card for him. So this is a small card, an A2, and it's a top fold, and I'm going to use that little die just in the way that I showed you before, or that I was telling you about. So this is cut out from the, and now what's the name of it? It was on the farm. I've put the die away again. It was called Landscape Edges. So I am going to have a little, another one of those little dies down at the bottom here. I think I'm going to be using these all the time. You're going to love these when they come out. That's going to go down there, so I do want quite a bit of sky showing up here. I'm just going to take this piece that I've die cut with that. I've actually cut 3 different pieces of it just to use as areas that I can stencil with. When I say stencil, I mean just sort of bring my ink up to the edge of it there. But you can see there that I've actually cut it in 3 different areas so that the clouds won't always be the same when you move it around. So now I am just going to go ahead and ink that up. And now I'm going to add the little tin of paint, which I've got here, as I showed you earlier, and then some of these little drips. So this one goes right up at the top, and it's very easy to see that that's where it goes because it's got that little line that shows you. So that goes on there, just like that. I think this is possibly a little label for the tin of paint as well. I'm going to put that on too, and the drip should probably just go over that. So we'll slip that in there. He's going to have that just in his little hand, and I'm going to glue it this time. I'm not going to put 3D foam pads in that because it can look like it's sort of swinging backwards. So it goes there and then back in like that. And then we've got the paintbrush for the other hand. So I've got the paintbrush cut out here, and then you can see the other little dies there that are with it. So this is the little piece of paint, the little part here, and then I've cut that part out in silver. Is that the ferrule? Is that what that's called? You can tell me. You'll know. That goes on there, and then this goes on here. And that will go right on there. So I think I'll put a little 3D foam pad up at the top, just a tiny one, and then we'll glue that to his little hand. Just one would do. There, and I've got a part of one that I had cut really, really small from another time, so that will go on there. See, those are handy sometimes when you just cut them and leave the extra bits on. I never waste anything, so there's always something to come back to. And that will go right there. So the glue will go on his hand this time, so you don't get it in the wrong place. But if you put it on here, you would never know where that would go. And that will go about there. No, it won't. It will go about there. Now, I've got the Easter egg, and I wanted to put that there because obviously that is what he's going to be painting. I think I need to move that a little bit because it's hitting him in the head. So the egg is going to go there, and I'm going to put this on top, but I do want to add some other colour, so I'm going to go ahead just with a couple of alcohol markers and add a little bit of colouring to this, and then I'll come back and glue it there with this big ink, this big paint splat, splodge, whatever, on top right down there. I normally wouldn't stamp a sentiment straight onto a card after I've got it finished, just in case I make a mess of it. But I do know that if I do make a mess here, that I can come back and put the sentiment on a little strip and then glue it over the top of it. So hopefully it goes okay. If not, you'll see it popped up on the 3D foam pads. Phew. Phew. There we are. And that's it. The last thing I'm going to do then is add some of this Nuvo crystal glaze onto these areas where the paint is, and I'll need to remember to leave that aside to dry because sometimes I do that, and then when I go to take the photos at the end I forget that that's wet and I stick my big fingers in it. But that will make that lovely and shiny and will just be a perfect finish to that little card. Well, that's me finished with the large die of the month for now. That's my little video for the moment. They're too cute, maybe just to leave at that. I might have to come back and do something else, but that's it for now anyway, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I have had such fun making those, and I really love how they've turned out. But you can let me know down below in the comments what's your favourite one, if you have a favourite, or if you just like both, or what colours you'd have picked. Anyway, leave me a little comment, a like if you have. If you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like, a thumbs up, and leave me a little comment because that really, really helps my channel. And then don't forget too that my affiliate links are down below for anything you want. So if you're a subscriber to the Club Kits, you know that you can go ahead, and these will be coming if you've just left your subscription as it is. If you're not, you can subscribe between the 6th and the 27th of each month, and you'll be able to pick up any clubs that you want in through there. And I'm sure you're going to have real good fun with these. And as well as that, you can use these for baby cards, for birthdays, for all sorts of things. They don't just have to be for Easter cards, so you will get plenty of mileage out of them. And I do hope I've shown you what nice things you can do with them, and I know lots of other people have done beautiful things with them as well. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you again very, very soon. But don't forget, there's always lots of photographs, at the end of my videos. I don't know if you really realize that or not. When you get to the end, you just finish, click off, and that's it. But I always have lots of photos at the end to give you close-ups of all the things that I've made. So until next time, happy crafting. Thank you. Bye bye.